Right, I've been putting off doing this for quite a long time now, just purely because it's a huge kit. This is the Necrolith Bone Dragon from the Tomb Kings box set. So I've tried to make my life easy by plotting out in different colours basically the bits that I need. Right, let's start off then. So I first started off with, I think, kind of got to get the legs done. So I'm going to start off with 11, 12 and 13, which I've got in this kind of colour here. And on these kind of big kits, you might make yourself life a lot easier if you do actually identify the parts you're going to use clearly, so you don't accidentally cut the wrong one out. So there's 12, and then hopefully I've made my life easier picking these out. 13. It's a beautiful looking miniature, just so many pieces to it. It kind of scares me when I have to do ones like this. So what else do we need here? I'll find it. I'm sure it was on here. I'm sure it was on this one. Oh no, it's not. It's still on the other sprue. What's going on outside? Get it nice and cleaned up. And I have to admit, I do love a huge model, but the time it takes to do stuff like this can be well and truly exhausting. And there's no doubt about this is going to be quite a few small videos rather than all at once. It's purely because it's a bit of a heat wave in England at the moment. So I don't think I can cope with doing everything all in a single video right now. Okay, so dry fitting is going to be essential on this kind of model, just to make sure we get things the way they're meant to be straight away. So let's make sure these fit together nicely. Make sure you clear up any joints. And then, this is the weird one now, so this one's going to go in here. Oh, do you know what I should need to pay more attention to what I'm doing, because this one needs to go in first. There we go, and that locks in like so. Just tell straight away with this, it's just going to be a beast. And that's just one limb, right? And just kind of leave that to the side, give it a chance to set. Now, next part is 14, 15 and 16. So we've got 15 over here. 16 over here. Then let's double check at 14 on the other sprue. Make sure you get these nice and cleaned up. Again, let's just make sure that these all go together how they should do. This does not look like it's going to be easy. So forget that in that position, because that looks... This one here looks like it fits like this. So there's like a little notch that it sits into. So there's one obvious good place to glue, and then where the bone sits on there. Okay, now our claw. Just make sure I've got, again, this going in the right place. Now it feels like this is going to slide into, yeah, it does. It slides into there. Like so, and then there we go. It's got kind of front arm and probably back leg and front hand by the look of it. Okay, now we're moving on to 8, 9 and 10. So let me find here. Here we go. Number 8, I think. Number 9 and 10 are over here. It's number 9. One of those bangles again. Right, let's get these on as well now. So start off with these two parts. Let's talk about weird one. Okay, so looks like that slots in there. Yep, nice and simple. Okay, and then pretty obvious now. Okay, so well, I think that's the front claws. Okay, now 17, 18 and 19 to finish off the hands and arms, legs and arms, I think. Yeah, did that in, what colour did I use? I used a light blue for that to identify that somewhere. Oh, yeah, there we go, there's 18, I think. Got 19 over here. Oh dear, a bit broke there, that's not good. Let me fix that quick. What I hate about these kind of fiddly kits with very small parts, so easy to snap things. Right. So we're going to get this part and this part together, like so, I think. Let me just check that. Join. I've got to work out how this join goes together now. This is a bit of a weird one. I don't think, is it this way around? Let me check. It's hard to tell. I mean, if I go like that and like, it feels like, there we go. There, it goes like that. Then hopefully this one will pop on the side like so. Hopefully complete that join. Yeah, it goes like that. Just making sure it looks okay. Yeah, it does. Popping in there like so, making sure that I've got that part resting in that notch as well. There we go. It's our other leg all completed. Whew. Okay then, now let's get on to the wings. So I think we're going for 20, put these legs out of the way so I'm not knocking them everywhere. 22 21 and 22. So over here, following these little yellow markings on this one. Right, oh gosh, look at this big wing here. I was actually expecting it to go a bit slower than this build. It's actually going easier than I was concerned that it would when I started off. I mean, I still think I'm going to clock up a good hour on this thing easily, but it's not as bad as all that. And 21, 20, 21, 23, then 24. See, here we go, 24. Three was my last one over on the other sprue, like so. Be very careful because this is definitely an easy snap, this. Right, let's see how this one goes on. So we've got the, there we go, that's nice and simple. It's, you know, for a kit with so many parts, the actual way that these pieces are going in isn't that bad. I've known some kits that, particularly ones this spindly, to just be an absolute nightmare of, you know, where does this go? How do I click this into here? This one does not seem to be giving me that kind of grief. It's just probably going to be a long build. Oh, that's nice and simple anyway. Just pops together. Now, this claw, let's have a work this out. Feels like it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna rest on this. Now, this is gonna be one of those, do you want to attach this and glue this in straight away or leave it off so you've got a bit more freedom? Just trying to make sure that I get the positioning right, because it feels like it kind of goes in that angle and then you, I think, place that like that. I think that's how that goes. Now, as far as a contact point, that's not terrible in a sense that you could easily paint past it without giving yourself much grief. So I think it's not really an issue to glue that in. I don't think it's going to cause me problems painting anyway. The only thing I want to do is make sure that I've put enough glue to hold it in place. So I think that's one of those things, if you're not confident, you might want to leave that off the rock. But I don't think it's going to give us too many issues painting. Plus I'm doing a kind of, the way that I'm spray painting these to get the colours, I need it all together. You can see what I've done with my skeletons is I've done a 3-layered approach to spraying, so that's all just spray paint. So I need to build the whole kit for this to get the same effect. I can't have parts not attached, basically. Okay, what else have we got here? So we've done that one, and now we need the second wing. So this one here, 28 and 29. So 28 is the main wing part, and then 29 is a tiny little claw. Find it now, there we go. Out where this clicks into now. Things like this, and it looks like it comes here somewhere. It's like a face hug of this thing, isn't it, if you look at it from above? It's got a very, like a massively elongated face hug. It definitely feels like this slots into here. Basically got a bit of a flat point here. It definitely feels like it's correct positioning. Yeah, there we go. That definitely feels right. Let me just kind of, yes, so like that. Right, you know, I'm really pleased that this is not turning into the absolute nightmare that I thought it was going to be. So let's start building the next bit, which is where we start putting the body together. So, got number 2 here. Watch out with this because it looks like there's lots of parts that could easily be snipped or broken if you're a bit heavy-handed with them. Number 1, which is this huge spine. And then there's a little bit of webbing in the middle there that you just need to clean off. A few little points I need to clean up on this as well. Do you know what? I love the anatomy of this dragon. I hope that if they ever make new dragon models in the future, I'd really love them to base it off this skeleton, because I think it would work really well. Just watch out cleaning this bit up, because this looks like it'll just snap off. Oh gosh, these are hard bits to clean. Just make sure you support them with your thumb. Okay, so we've got the curve going this way by the look of it, and we've got this here. It feels like this is going to slot in. Though exactly where it's going to slot in, that's the question, isn't it? It feels. So I'm trying to work this out because it feels like it needs to slot in. I'm just trying to work out. It's slotting over the top of those bones. No. Under them, I think. Just trying to work out exactly where this clicks in. There. Yep. So basically, if you've got that rib there, and then basically the first ribs, they go under there, and then got this kind of nice click point here. Just make sure that that one is between those two there, and it looks like you're all right. It is so hot, my glue is physically drying. There we go. Now we need 3 and 4, which is the other part of the ribs. So one, and then on the other side, this one. Gosh, I can't wait until Cathay they actually do the Cathay, isn't it? Cathay. Cathay, never sure. It's Cathay, isn't it? No, not Cathay. Beautiful faction. And Kislev as well. Oh, I can't wait to see those two all fully realised in the old world. well, not in the old world even. I mean, Kislev is partially the old world, so its capital is, but we shall see. I can't wait to see those armies realised, just purely because, you know, the thingy, the Sun Dragon and things like that. I can't wait to see. Right, let me work this out. So this one definitely looks like it comes under. Yeah, there we go. So if you've got it in that kind of position, that's how that looks like it slots together. However, what I'm worried about is that does not look like the most stable join. Not by most definitions anyway. It's like it's going to be very flimsy until you've managed to properly secure it in. So let's just get that like that. So it's settled. Then what I should be able to do is connect these together nicely. Yeah, and then that should provide all the support it needs. Okay, now I need 6 and 7. Oh no, I need number 5 first, sorry, which is this here. Looks like a hip bone or something. So it feels like this is this way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's sliding quite easily. So they end up heading up towards here. Six and 7 now. Somewhere. What am I looking for? The head parts, aren't I? Okay. Over here for one of them anyway. The big one over here, number 6. Then 7 looks like there we go, a little bit here. It's good idea why I on a kit with a lot of parts I'll frequently just paint things out in advance so that I'm looking for the colour and not the shape, so to speak, when I'm in the middle of a build video. Yeah, there we go. Just pop it on the underside, nice and simple. It's a nice little point that it sits in. Like so. And then this is going to attach to the front of this. Now, the question is where exactly it goes in. Let me look at it. Oh yeah. Well, it helps if I've got it the right way around first, doesn't it? But if you get it the right way around, it's nice and simple. There we go. Start letting that dry now. Okay, now we are on to actually attaching the legs. So let me have a look here. This is kind of going together. Oh, I thought that was like part of the head, but it's not. It looks like it's the back. So where is this? Got to make sure that I've got these the right way around now, haven't I? So this is attaching into here, like so. I think if there is going to be issues, is it looks like there's not a lot holding this on. Definitely feel that there's going to need to be a huge amount of patience on this part. Okay, this one is popping up here. And then I'm going to flip it over the other side to do the other part, which is going to be this one up here. Just again, make sure you're lining it up okay. Then that one's going on that little plate at the back there. The other thing is, I would say give it a little bit of time to dry. But let's make sure that its feet are balanced. Basically, just make sure they're flat to each other. I think the front claws are going to be a little bit different, but there we go. Yep, great. Okay, I think now we move on to the head. So I'm going to get 30, 31, 32. We've had a bit of it, so 30. That's no, not that one yet. That's 33. I need 31 and 32 first. Again, just be careful because it's like injection points are a bit difficult on this. Gotta get them cleaned up, but they're on really weak parts. There we go. Right, let's see how this balances on now. Nice and simple, really. Just gotta pop them in like that. Normally with kits like this, I'm going insane trying to work out where everything goes, but this one, it's like I just tend to find that if you put the things in the right place, they just sort of slot in. Right, now I need 33 and 34, so it's 34. Let's get these in as well. So I kind of feel like there's definitely an obvious slot piece up here. Just making sure I'm getting it right, because there we go. Yeah, so these will put together, and then then it'll kind of click together at the top here. So there, and then just on the end of that. Okay, now the good thing is you can either have it closed or you could probably just have it opened as well. I think the only thing is, it's probably going to be more stable if you let it close up. Now, I'm going to let that dry for a bit, and then I'm going to start building the tail, which is 25, 26 and 27. Then the end of the tail, there we go, that lovely spiky bit at the end. Again, this is going to be one of those where cleaning up's going to be potentially full of breaks if you're not careful. Let's start getting these together. Make sure I'm putting these in the right place as well, because this is definitely looking like it's going to be a pain. So, how do these slot? Yeah, there we go. So, go side on side here. Flat bit to flat bit on the inside. Okay, and then this tail, again, looks like it goes, let me see. Over the top. Yeah, so it goes topwards along here. This one is going to pop it on this. Just going to better let that dry for a bit first, actually, otherwise it's just going to keep falling as I try and move it. Give you the opportunity to dry a little bit. Right. Okay, let's get the rock and rubble out as well. Let's start letting that dry in there now. And what else I need is its big base, which I've put away. Let me go find it. Here we go. So let's see. Base heads down that way, and then that part. Ooh, I think I'd best settle this part in first, isn't it? Get this settled and in position first before I start to try and get the tail on, because I suspect it's just going to slide around like crazy if I don't. Now, it definitely feels like it goes around. Where does it go exactly though? This is the thing. I think that little bit there, that notch, is where the front of the claw goes. According to this part like will rest over here. This claw's kind of sitting in that notch there. And there's actually there, right. If you look carefully there is actually a little settling point for it. So that's where that one definitely goes. So if you can line those two up, then you can feel exactly how they fit. There we go. That's it now, because then this will fall into here at the back like so. Ta-da! I'm not going to quite glue it to the main base yet because I want to get a feeling for positioning and everything. But let's see. Oh, come on. Stop messing me around. So this is why I took that tail off, because I knew it would be an absolute pain if it didn't. Right. Okay, so now that I've got that sorted, I know how that's going to go. I can plan to glue this down now. You are gorgeous. Okay. Let's get this tail here. And this thing just completely rolls away from its base, doesn't it? Like it's got a base, and the base is just like insufficient for the model size. Right, and then this part's going to head in over here. Yeah, you see, this tail is going to drive me insane, isn't it? It's going to be the bane of me. Pop the head on. So I'm going completely off camera here. Head on, and now I've got the fun of trying to basically hold this tail until it agrees to stay where it's supposed to. something like this to secure it a bit, just to give it a bit of weight bearing. And then of course we've got the wing. So we've got this wing. It's going to go on this side by the look of it, and then this wing for this side. Now, how does this go? So it seems what we do is we get it and then we got to let it just kind of head downwards towards the ground. Like so. Wow, I love this. What an amazing kit. Oh, wow, love it. Now, this part is going to go over here. Unfortunately, I need to turn this now so I can get to the other side. Let's hope that tail doesn't shift anymore. I think I've got it settled. Okay. So this needs to go into here, but then you've got to... I think I must have glued that slightly the wrong place because it's definitely not sitting where it ought to. I think the best approach here is to glue this onto here. And then from there, see how it fits best. Yeah, so I think I put the wrong claw there before, and that's why it was so far away. Well, it should be. Not great, but there we go. Seem to have resolved it. And I think the main thing is making sure your tail hasn't dropped somewhere along the way, which is, again, looks like a definite potential problem looking at this. Just making sure this wing hasn't completely fallen all over the place in the wrong way. Make sure the tail's not dropping, because that's going to be the main problems here, isn't it? Right, it's done, I think. I think that is the dragon body all done. What a beautiful, massive beast it is. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? I was so worried that it was going to be a hard, well, I mean, it wasn't easy, but I've known kits this complex to take far longer to put together. Of course, that's just the dragon itself. That's not including our high priest to do. You've got a choice of either a high priest or a monarch, so I'm probably going to go for the high priest and then have the Tomb King on foot and go from there. But first I'll let that dry, because I worry that if I touch it before it's got a nice chance to dry, it'll fall. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.